this is a live session.
Hey.
Hey Amit, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Let me set my phone. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly. Loud and clear.
Brilliant.
So,
Oh,
how
we're
are
just
you?
one minute away from the live.
1 minute away from the session.
Great.
This was 7:59. Yeah. So yeah, we can continue from this video only, I guess.
Absolutely.
So, well, for the viewers, this is GreenAnimate. Obviously, Pramodh, you have already seen our work a little bit on the social media. We are trying to create a sustainable system, and this discussion is about a very casual talk on what we can learn about sustainability, how we can motivate people, how we can communicate ideas of sustainability. Because we feel that it is not only important to just research about it and gather knowledge, but to know how to spread that to people, how to let people know what is being learned in a way that they can understand or that can influence them. And that is when we can have, a more sustainable environment. So today's guest is an old friend of mine. His name is Pramodh. He is a vlogger, project manager, an enthusiast in public speaking, as well as he is an award-winning speaker at the Toastmasters International. So I see that you have a lot of interest in public speaking. What brings you or what attracts you towards it?
Hey, first of all, thank you, Amit, for inviting me for one of the forums that you've created. And I want to
You're
say
welcome.
that you're showing an amazing perseverance towards sustainability, and you're trying to communicate that to the world. That shows how much you care about the society and about the world. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you and thank you for doing that. Right.
Thank
So, with your other question with respect to public speaking, yes, this is something that I really love to do. I enjoy conversations with people. I love putting the message across to the people, whatever I have in my mind. I've been working on my speaking skill from quite some time now. After I started working with my first company, I figured out in some time that this is something that I like to do, and I started following that. So, yes, public speaking is something that I really like.
I remember probably what 8 years back, uh, 8 years back, odd years back, when we knew each other.
Yes.
You would be very much interested in attending those sessions, and you were. I remember you to be highly interested, enthusiastic about books reading, and that also always had a special attraction towards you, I guess. That is what. Uh, and now, as you are a public speaker or you are speaking in different platforms with people,
Yeah.
uh, you know, what do you think is something that motivates and moves people?
So, motivation is something which is unique to people, if you ask me, right? Something that motivates you may not motivate me. And on the other hand, something that motivates me may not motivate you, right? So, each individual is unique, and there is a specific motivation point for that particular person to do something. Now, things that happen in that person's life, the experiences that person go through matter a lot, right? So by and large, if you look at people, if they know why they're doing what they're doing, that is something that motivates them a lot, right? So for me, if I have to talk about me, I was into difficult situations in my life, and then I got a job at a company, and while I was doing that job for the difficulties that I was facing, in the meanwhile, I could figure out that my passion is into speaking, right? So once you know that this is something that gives you happiness, this gives you contentment, there would be a sense of motivation to do it. So like Simon Sinek says, if you know the why, your motivation is natural, right? If my why is from within, something that we believe in doing, then we have a lot of motivation to do it. If my why is coming from somebody else, it is because of the society, because I'm seeing my friend doing something, I want to do it, looking at other people doing it, so I want to get into the rat race and doing it. So can motivate externally, but you will get tired of it. But something that motivates you from within, you would love to do it.
True, true. So basically, it is all about finding the attraction from inside you. Uh,
Yeah.
get motivated from within, and that's important because inner thoughts or inner the motivations or self abilities are quite efficient sometimes when someone wants to motivate themselves.
Hmm.
Same time, if we want to connect that to ideas of sustainability, how to motivate people about sustainability, it would be for them in that way people to understand what they must do to make a change, being
Absolutely.
proactive. Would you say that would be a case?
Yes, let me bring in another aspect of motivation, right? I've been researching about this a lot. And one of the things that I've realized is motivation is like having an amazing food, right? It is amazing while you eat it, but in some time it will digest and go away from your body, but you would have absorbed a few of the vitamins and minerals through it. But the thing is, like you feed your tummy every single day consistently, your mind has to be fed as well, right? Today, if I feel motivated about something and I go for a workout and do it for 2 hours, come back, I'm happy today.
Yeah.
However, if I don't do that tomorrow and the day after and the days coming after that, it absolutely doesn't make sense at all. Now, the actual thing that is required is motivation that is consistent, motivation which is persevered for a long time, something that you can consistently put across over a long period of time, even if it is a small act. but if I do it over a period of time, that's when a change happens. Even with respect to my public speaking abilities as well, it has happened over a period of time. It did not happen at once. I've gone to Toastmasters Club every Saturday continuously for at least 4 years. I've been doing videos on my vlogs, on my YouTube video that I was doing previously, and I'm doing that consistently over past, I think, 7 years now. Though the videos weren't good at the beginning, and then you keep improving while you do things. So that's the main thing. It's not about having the motivation within and displaying that will of doing it once or twice. It's about disciplining ourselves in doing the task consistently over a period of time. Now, talking about sustainability as well, Amit, as we regularly see people, we get motivated by something that we see, or we see a poster, or we see a motivational video about sustainability. We get motivated. Companies take their CSR activities, and we do an activity at once, and we get motivated. But the problem is, we don't take it as a hobby. We don't do it as a consistent thing over a period of time. That is where I think I'm also lacking, and most people here are lacking their efforts towards sustainability because of that. I think people like you are doing an amazing job consistently. Should
Thank
are
you.
definitely inspiring more people, in my opinion.
Well, we are just trying, attempting two or three or five people working together as small units, and going up from one village to the other, trying to do this at a very minuscule level. And I do believe that if even just a small change is made in everyone's life, even then the impact will be massive. We can bring
Absolutely.
about a huge change in the system, and we can basically slow down this accelerated growth of destruction or damage that we are causing. So yeah, that's my feel. I mean, that's what I think about it. And you tell me something. Like when you go and speak with people, how do you prepare for it? Is there some kind of preparation that you do? And how do you, most importantly, balance your work and this enthusiasm about, that you're engaged in, or this activity you're engaged in? How do you balance all these things?
That's a very good question, Amit. So, with respect to how do I prepare, I think preparation is something which is really important for anything that we do. Going unprepared is one of the blunders that I can make if I go somewhere without preparation. So, every event that I go, every speech that I deliver, it has to be well prepared. So there are moments where I don't prepare well. If I mean, because of the time constraint, though the audience may or may not notice it, I would know that I could have done it better, right? So preparation is the key, and what I believe in is preparing in two ways. Number one, your content. Content preparation is the first thing, and the second part you need to prepare as a speaker is how do you put things across. It's not just about the content anymore. If you go to Google and type something, you have the content already available with you. Can you tell people something that they can't get? Everything is available. Only thing that you can give them is the experience that is unique to you, the story that is unique to you, and how do you put that across to the audience, right? My preparation would be mostly around that. What can I give unique to the audience that they can't find in Google? Right? So that has to happen with my experience. Whatever I've gone through from my childhood, I went through some experience on the other day, and how can I connect to a real life learning? So that is one bit of preparation that I make. And the second bit of preparation that I make is how do I confidently show up myself, right? How can I ensure that my mindset, my mind is at the right place to ensure that when I'm speaking there, I come up as a very confident person. Because the way you speak, what you speak, at times becomes much more important than what you exactly speak. So that's the preparation front. These are the two things that I really prepare on. And with respect to how do I balance both of it, I think balancing is something which is the toughest part because you have to put your personal time to your other things that I do because whole week I would be busy with respect to my office and other things. Over the weekends is where I especially spend time for my vlogs and Toastmasters. At least half a day of one of the weekends is definitely spent there. I don't feel it really tough. It's like now somebody is crazy about watching a Netflix film. We have a lot of friends who are doing really good and also have time to binge watch that favorite series that they do, right? So in the same way, I love doing this, and at times I spend some time here. I do binge watch a couple of series on Netflix. However, it's all about those couple of hours that you can sneak in and do it. So I don't think it is really tough to get those couple of hours. So yeah, it's been not that difficult to get the hours as of now. And my
So
family has
basically,
been supportive as well. They do understand that what I like, especially my wife. So it's even better.
yeah, right. I mean, if you really love something and when you do that, you only enjoy doing it. And then
Yeah.
it doesn't feel that you are basically working, but then it becomes a leisure in itself.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's the best part of it, right? Though in my office as well, there are many professional trainings that I deliver, and yes, of course, these are from office. But when I do that, I get the same contentment that I do on my weekend with Toastmasters and my vlogs, because that is something that I like to do. And being enthusiastic in communication gives you a lot of positives, because you get a lot of recognition. People identify, oh, this guy is confident, is speaking so well. So you get a lot of recognition wherever you go, either with your blogs on social media, or in your office as well when you're conducting training programs, or you're hosting events. I do host a lot of events as well at office, so on a large
Yeah.
scale at times, and then you
Yes.
get a lot of recognition. So the aspect of communication would help a lot for getting the visibility as well, not only in social media and public. If you're working in an organization as well, people do admire the fact. I mean, wherever you go, people always admire folks who can confidently and humbly put across their views. I think the combination of being humble and confident, that really works.
Human, human. It actually boils down to that. Like, if the recognition is given, then it works. Uh, Now, you said that you write blogs. So, what type of blogs, or what is the theme? Do you follow a certain pattern, or you know literature to support your blogs?
So, Amit, I don't write blogs. I was doing it a couple of years ago. Not couple, I think maybe 4 5 years back. When we were working together, I would have shared a couple of links with you. I was writing it back then. Then I moved to vlogs, VLOGS, video logs, where
Okay,
I only shoot
blog. Okay,
videos now. So I
okay.
don't write. I do write the script for my vlogs, and I think if you go to my Instagram page, I recently published my 86th episode of my vlog. These are 1 minute videos. It's called as hashtag in a minute. So I make a content which episodes so far. I'll be soon clocking 100 episodes, and then I would rethink and relook at what's happening, and then proceed further. So videos is what I'm mostly into right now.
Okay, okay. So, still, what do you make the videos about?
Hmm. So videos are mostly about the learnings that I go through. If I read a book, or I have an experience through which I learn something, I would like to share in that particular video. The one which I'm currently making now, which I've not released yet, is something on change. So last week I was a host for Koramangala Toastmasters session, and the theme was Get Set Change. We were talking about change, and I was doing my bit of thinking about change, and I've shot a video on that. Let me give you a gist of it. So it's an example of what kind of vlogs that I do. So in my opinion, there are three kinds of change that people go through, right? And the way they can react, we have three ways of doing that. Number one, either we accept the change, embrace it, and move on by accepting it and doing our best to be on par. Second way is, I don't care, let the change happen. I'm not open to embrace the change. Now, the third thing is important. Now, these are the folks who are creating the change, right? All that which is changed in this world did not happen by itself. Somebody anticipated the change. Somebody, in fact, orchestrated the change, be it a change in environment, be it a change in technology or healthcare or even relationships, right? Whatever change we are seeing now is a result of somebody doing something. Somebody wanted to bring in that change. Now we have three choices. Either one, we can say, I don't want to change, Or two, I can say that things are changing. I got to be on par. Let me learn and be on par with the change. Or the last option, we can think of we being the change, right? So this is
We
a
being
learning
the
that I had because Mahatma Gandhi ji as well said, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world." If you observe that statement deeply, he did not say embrace the change. He said, "Be the change." That means you should
change.
be having the capacity of looking at the things around and bring in the changes that are required, bring in the new things that are required. So these are kind of concepts whichever inspires me for that moment, I just make a quick note and do a video on that.
Wow, that's amazing because I believe this is one of the most dire necessities that we have is
Yeah,
to know how to change because there is a need to change for the better, and there is a lot of impact that we are creating on the planet, and only by
absolutely.
changing those methods we can improve the situation basically.
Hmm.
Now, do you think that there is a possibility of bringing about change where people can be motivated to overcome these behaviors which basically destroy the planet, and then
Hmm.
finally accept and learn that we have to
Hmm.
protect it for our own good?
So if people have to do something, the first thing everybody looks at it is what's in it for me, right? So I remember one of my mentors telling me that everybody in the world tunes into one FM channel, and that FM channel is WIIFM. That means what's in it for me, right? So everybody is looking at it. People are bothered about their own life, their own careers, their own relationships, their own bank accounts, and things that they are bothered about. Somehow, environment or things that you're talking about has not been a priority, right? So how can that be changed? It has to, in my opinion, it has to be developed as a habit in people. Like you clean your house, people should get that sense of belongingness towards the environment, that it is mine. Like I feel that this house is mine, I need to keep my hall clean, my room clean. Why is that I don't have that mindset that this is also mine, I need to keep this clean? I somehow have a mindset that there is somebody else, I'm paying my taxes, somebody else should be taking care of that. Now, how do we bring that change? I don't know, but this is my analysis on that. That shift between we thinking that somebody else should take care of that to it's my responsibility and I need to take care of that. How do we bring that change is a big question that I have as well, Amit.
What you said basically resonates with exactly what GreenAmo stands for. Is to try your own and not just look around for someone to help, but be the change. Like you have to do the thing what you can do on the ground, and then see what happens from there.
Another thing is
Uh,
if people can't do anything positive, they shouldn't do anything negative at least,
exactly.
right? That is something that at least that everybody should take the responsibility. One of the positive things that we see now is there is a lot of awareness, I think, with respect to the kids growing up now as well, and with a few programs that are coming up, there is a lot of communication and there is a lot of media which are talking about it. A lot of folks wouldn't do that. There are simple things that we can avoid, but there are bigger things as well that is beyond people. But the good thing, the positive thing that we see in the recent past is that at least people are being aware in towns, but still, I think this awareness should spread even more.
True, true, true. Sometimes it seems that people in the villages they show more awareness
Hmm.
towards nature than us city folks.
Absolutely. I think it also depends on the location and place, and they don't have the opportunity of doing that as well, right? I think in city you have greater opportunity of spoiling things, but in the villages your options are limited too.
Yeah, true, true, true. So that is also there. Um,
Yeah.
Now, for uh, small groups like GreenAmo, who
Hmm.
are trying to communicate ideas of sustainability on a small scale, or similar groups of people like us, if
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
had something to recommend in a way on how to communicate this in an efficient, clear, and respectable manner,
Hmm.
what would that be?
I think, see, The most efficient way of communicating something is through a story, right? Stories are the most effective ways of communication. It's one of the most effective way, in fact. So I was listening to, in fact, I've watched him live as well. There is a speaker called Les Brown. He's one of the world's leading motivational speaker. In one of his conferences, he said, "Never tell a story without making a point, and never make a point without telling a story." Right? Stories are one of the most effective tools that we've got for the organizations like yours, which have to take this message to people. If you want to gather more people, it's all about effectively telling a story of how you're bringing this change. That story should have emotions. That story
Yeah,
should have the things that have changed, and that story should empathize with them. If that happens, the story captures a lot of attention. Now, in this day and age, it's all about capturing the attention. If there is a video, if that video is able to capture the attention for more than 30 seconds, I think that's a great video, right? It's all about storytelling now, Amit. If we are able to bring that story to the audience in an effective way, be it in the post that you write, or be it in the video that you make, or your YouTube channel, how effectively are you putting your story across matters a lot. So your story, at the end, the action that you want the audience to take. Another thing is you got to have simple things for the audience to take steps, right? Simple it becomes, the more simpler it is, the more easier it is. If it is complex, then it is very difficult to capture the attention. Keeping it simple with a story would definitely help the organizations like yours to communicate better and get more audience attention. And consistency too. People see how much you believe in what you're speaking. So it's about how do you showcase that you strongly believe in what you're speaking, and how are you bringing your change? What kind of leadership are you showcasing? It is as simple as running an organization, for making a profit, but your profit is something else here.
wow, wow. Uh, well,
But
this,
I must say that it is very easy to say these words and difficult to get it done, right? I'm
yeah,
at the part where it is easy, it's the speaking, but you're at a difficult part where you got to do things.
yeah,
But I do believe that it is important to have that communication along with the
of
stories.
course, of course. I mean, it is true that when we relate stories, then we start internalizing the information, the message that is attached with the stories in a
Absolutely,
much better manner. We remember the stories very well, and then
yeah.
from that memory, this particular idea also latches on along the memory. So, a story or an idea or concept can be associated with those stories. Personalization, that's important. We always try to do that also, like when we make a video or something, we try to attach a story of what is happening with
Mm.
it, or what where it came from, so showing a complete journey from the generation to final, okay, ideas that sustainability is necessary. And yeah, I can see that there is a improving trend in people becoming more sustainable. They're trying to at least show more interest towards sustainability. And
Mm.
I think, yeah, that's a start. That's a start. Baby steps, but yeah.
Absolutely. And I think
Um,
you got to look at organizations which have already done well
yes,
and see
yes, yes,
what they're
yes,
doing differently as well,
yes.
so that we don't have to
Absolutely.
reinvent the wheel.
True. It's always a constantly learning process, isn't it? Because always keep on learning one thing or the other from something or someone, and then trying to implement that, trying to figure out a way to improve that, and then
Right.
teach it to others. And that's how knowledge is spread. And yeah, that's what we are trying to do. Sharing, learning on a mutually, respectful and beneficial manner. Well, Pramod, thank you so much for being today with us for this session.
My
It
pleasure.
was a pleasure. At same way, it was a pleasure for me to talk to you after a very long time.
I
It
know.
was also nice catch up with the
Absolutely. It's
work.
been quite some time that we actually saw each other. We did speak on phone for a couple of times, but
Yes,
it's been a
yes,
long
yes.
time that we
It's been a long time since
did
then
catch
too.
up. Yes.
Yeah. So, well, I wish you all the best for your work with your interest in public speaking. May you go leaps and boundaries ahead in your career and your work. Uh,
Thank you. Thank you
and
so much. And I must say, yeah, sure. You go ahead.
yeah, Yeah, I wish you all the best for everything.
Thank you very much, Amit. I must say that you're doing a commendable job with respect to sustainability. I think out where everybody are busy with respect to their own thing, and you're taking your time out, and you're working on the environment. I wish you all the best from the bottom of my heart. I wish you get a lot of success, a lot of attention, and a lot of mileage to whatever you do. Right, all the best to all the activities because that will definitely help Mother Earth being better.
Thank you so much, brother. And you take care. Bye bye.
You too. Bye bye. Thank you. Thanks a lot to the audience as
Bye
well.
bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So, guys, this was another episode of Green Ammo. As you already know, that we talk with people from various professions and various lines of work, even students, and we discuss about how sustainability can be incorporated within their discipline and or the domain of work. Again, we will be promoting or creating another video next week. If you like what we do, please do like, share, subscribe our videos. As usual, we will be posting them on YouTube too. So the more viewer we have, we can also start having YouTube live sessions. So help us do that, and all of you guys have a good day.